exactly this day, 15 years back, it came true. I had been to Kish Island, an island which belongs to Iran. It's 18 kilometers from Tehran and 358 kilometers from Dubai. One peculiar aspect of this island is we don't need a visa to visit this place. On that day, I checked into Dubai International Airport at around 5 o'clock in the evening. After an hour of waiting, there was an announcement for the passengers who were waiting for Kish Air K503. A bus arrived and picked us to Tarmac. I was so excited because I always entered aircraft through jet bridge, never directly from Tarmac. My mind already giving me pleasure that I am going to get by seeing a Boeing 747 or Airbus 308 very closely. But my imagination had shrunk. It was a small 52-seater aircraft. Inside the aircraft, it just looked like a little stretched KSRTC Airavus. I could see a cockpit whenever an attendant goes into that cabin. After half an hour, we landed at Kish. I checked into my room, banked my bag, and set out for a big search of vegetarian food. Every restaurant had varieties of non-vegetarian food in plenty. Meanwhile, I came across one shop. I entered inside with a doubt whether the shopkeeper, a lady, will accept the currency which I had. I was having a UAE dirhams. I took a bottle of mineral water and one Pepsi. I asked how much. She took 3 minutes to add 2 and 1.5 and finally declared 3.5 dirhams, sir. I sighed again. I gave her an exact amount, keeping in mind how long she would take to give me the change if I were given 5 or 10 dirhams. The next day, I stepped out to explore the island. The roads were wide and neat. There were very few vehicles plying on and most of them were taxis. I took a stroll along the roadside and started enjoying the beauty of the place. It was so interesting to see the huge trees, colorful white flowers, varieties of beautiful creepers, and meadows with bright green grass. It was so fantastic. And there were cotton plants everywhere with white and green pattern. While coming back, at some distance, a glittering sea waved me to come here. Through rows of coconut trees, I approached the sea. Wow! I don't have any words to say how it was. It was a pale greenish blue sea. It was incredible. The water was so clear, it was crystal clear that we can see the seabed and sand grains beneath. The huge turtles were swimming across and peeping their head once in a while. The visible portion of the sea was like exactly a half circle, exactly like a protractor. And the uppermost portion of the curve was like the lip of the sea kissing the sky. Marvelous and soothing view of Mother Nature. Even a billion poems are not enough to describe the nature I had seen. The next day, I went to the only mall which was in Kish. While window shopping, I saw a popcorn kiosk. It was 1 dirham per pack. So I took 3 packs and gave 10 dirham note to that person. But he gave me back the change in Iranian riyals. Can you guess how much it was? 14,000. With that surprise, I went to the supermarket which was located at the first floor. And I bought a pack of Australian apple and one Mirinda. The bill was 22,000. it was so funny to see the prices of items there. A shirt was 35,000. One iron box was 1,50,000 reals. At the end of the day, I again went back to the sea coast and sat on a golden sand. At around 8 o'clock, a tip of a full moon appeared from the bottom of the sea. As the saffron-colored shining moon rose up, the reflection on the sea water was like an orange strip. I felt like it was a red carpet stretched for me to reach the moon. With all this colorful experience, I left Kish on the next day early morning. Traveling through fluffy clouds and enjoying aerial view of Burj Al Arab, Emirates Tower, I landed at Dubai. I was narrating all my exciting travel and the nature I had seen to Mr. Rangarajan, a pentagenarian and who traveled a lot around the world. After listening everything in a calm tone, he said, "Have you ever been to Darjeeling, Andaman, coastal Kerala, Rajasthan? These places are more beautiful than the place you just described."